Hello Infiniteers, and welcome back for a new episode of Toy Box Classics. Today's toy box is Gusteau's Kitchen, originally created by D-Animator for the Disney Infinity Movie Magic video contest in 2014. As far as I know, this toy box was never made available for public download. All I could find was a playthrough video from D-Animator that he submitted for the contest, and his video was one of the grand prize winners, which earned him a trip to the first ever Toy Box Summit. I put a link in the video description to D-Animator's full video, which is now preserved in the Disney Infinity archive in case you want to see it. The story for the toy box goes like this. Gusteau's kitchen staff have all quit, and this is now your chance to shine. Gather your crew of rats to help you out, and then tend to each of their stations and fast because the food critic is getting very hungry. Your job is to prepare a meal that will wow the critic, and be sure to keep your station clean in case he inspects the kitchen. This video really impressed me because D-Animator did a phenomenal job of designing the layout of the kitchen. It looks a lot like the movie, and being able to move around the kitchen and cook a meal was something I had never seen done in a toy box before. I thought that was brilliant and very original. So when I was preparing for this series, this is one of the toy boxes that I really wanted to see if I could recreate. I studied the video footage for days, analyzing what I could see of the kitchen layout and trying to recreate it, and I think I've got it pretty close. I did update some of the terrain and block styles to use some textures that were not available in Disney Infinity 1.0, which I thought better matched the original movie. And I tweaked the saucier station, that little room off to the side, to more closely match the movie. Now, as far as the gameplay goes, in the original toy box, cooking the meal consisted of simply going from station to station and finding and pushing a button there, which was okay, but I felt we could do better than that in Disney Infinity 3.0 with all the new logic toys that we have. So I made my kitchen much more interactive. You can turn burners on and off, you can turn the faucet on and off to get water, and you can gather the ingredients that you need for the 3 specific dishes that you need to make. We're going to make ratatouille, we're going to make a gourmet burger, and we're going to make a cherry cupcake for dessert. Now, out of all the toy boxes that I have built for this series, this is probably the one that's going to take the longest to make. So I will play through the toy box today, but we'll start building it next time. And since that's going to take a half a dozen episodes or so, we will focus on just this toy box for the next couple of weeks until it's done. So if you've been following the Wall-E series and you've been waiting for me to get to the Axiom, sorry, you're going to have to wait a couple of weeks longer, but I really want to knock out Gusteau's Kitchen, so I'm not dragging this out over a couple of months of Fridays. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, you'll notice we have a jetpack waiting for us. And we got some radar markers here on the radar screen in the lower left. Our first thing we need to do is gather the rats to help us out. And so we're going to have to look around for them, and it looks like there's one over here. Must be above us. And there's a little side mission, by the way, of, you see the eggshells, you want to destroy those. And then we've got our rat, so we're going to take him over here and drop him in the pen. And the original toy box, D-Animator had 10 rats you had to collect. I thought that was a little bit excessive, so we're just going to collect 3 in my toy box. But if you want to do more, you can. It's just a matter of changing the number in the wave generator. 2. This jetpack makes it really easy to get around and get around quickly. Alright, so now that that is done, you'll notice we have a new radar marker, and it's up there on that workstation. So we'll head over here to the ladder, and we'll climb on up. There's another set of eggshells. If you get all the eggshells, you'll get a little bit of a reward. Okay, so here's our mission giver. He says, let's get started. And you'll notice we have a bunch of new radar markers now for different things we need to do. So this is going to be our first dish we're going to create. It's going to be ratatouille. Since right here, let's go ahead and start the pan and start it getting hot. And then we need to get over there to that station. And I can use the jetpack, but trying to get over there might be a little tricky. You can also climb up a ladder over here on the end. And I think I'll do that just to give you a little bit more look at the toy box here. We'll use the rail slide to get over. And then we turn on the faucet. We got some water, which we need for our pot. Okay, and then we got to gather the ingredients. And these things are all over the kitchen. So, whoops. Whoa. One thing about Stitch is he's a wall crawler, which can be good, but sometimes it can do weird things. Okay, so all of the ingredients that we need for this recipe are specified by radar markers. And so when we approach the radar marker, that will kick off a dynamic trigger that'll turn it off. And so we have radar markers around for the different things that we need to pick up. And you'll notice we've got crackers here. We've got some kind of weird cheese. We got a head of lettuce over there. There's all kinds of things around the kitchen that we're going to need for the different recipes that we've got. And there just aren't enough good collectibles for food ingredients. And so that's why we're using those. Of course, you can destroy them as you go along. All right, so we're going to pick that up. We're going to pick that up. That's kind of like a onion. This is kind of like a little tomato. Oops. And we'll go ahead and climb up this ladder. I was hoping we could get up to that shelf. There's another one of those. Okay, we need to get up top. I don't think we can do that from here. We can actually with Stitch, but let's do it the right way. Alright, so you can basically go up this ledge hang, but since we have Stitch, he's going to want to climb up the wall. Alright, we have some mushrooms here we need. And now we can use Stitch to get up to the top shelf where there's a couple more things, but let's head over here to the shelves over here and go up the way I'm intending you to go up. Oh no! Oh no! Alright, time to cheat. But that's part of the fun of this toy box, is that it's a platforming challenge. All right, and now we got some broccoli that's gone bad. The broccoli makes a great enemy for this toy box. So if you do not have the Inside Out toy box, or you haven't unlocked the broccoli, I recommend it. You can use any enemies you want to, but those really fit. All right, we need some olive oil, and we need some kind of a weird lettuce here. All right, so now we have all the ingredients. Now there's a new radar marker back over here at the workstation. And we need to basically dump all these in the pot, which we do. And now that's cooking. And now we have a radar marker over here. So while that's cooking, we're going to start our second dish, which is the gourmet burger. So we come over here, we start that pot going, and now we have a new set of ingredients out there to collect. So we need some lettuce. And then we need, looks like some cheese. Not just any cheese, it's a special kind of cheese. Ground beef is over here. And then take it all back to the pot. So it's kind of a fun little, different kind of collection quest. And I think that's kind of neat. And be careful when you go here, because there's a gap off the back of this station. Alright, so we drop those ingredients in the pot. While that's cooking, let's go back over to our first station. And now this one is done, so we're going to turn the burner off. And there is our bowl of soup, our ratatouille. Okay, and now while that's still cooking, we're going to go begin our dessert. And I see we've got some more killer broccoli over here. Haha, level up. Nice. Oh, and another eggshell.
Fantastic.
Ha! Too easy.
And that's your little reward for getting all the eggshells. Okay, let's turn on the burner for this one. This is for our cherry cupcake. And you'll notice we now have some new radar markers around, but they're for collectibles. So we're going to go collect all the cherries. This is like the one collectible that we can use that makes an actual decent ingredient. You'll notice how I use the air vents for salt and pepper shakers, like Deanna maybe did. I thought that was brilliant. Oh no! Can I climb up this thing? No, I cannot. I'll have to go up the handle here. Alright. And now we gotta go over here and put all the cherries in the pot. Okay, and while that's cooking, now we're being directed back over to the burger. And there's our gourmet burger.
Stitch is strong. That is good.
I like Stitch for this toy box. He's a pretty close match for Remy. About the closest figure we've got that we can use. And then over here, the dessert finished quick, so we'll turn that off. And there's our cupcake.
Give me coconut cake and coffee.
And there we go. Our gourmet meal is done. And we can go over and check it out. And there we are. They're under the heat lamps, although maybe the cupcake's not the best thing to put under the heat lamp, but they're there and they're ready for the waiters to come and deliver to the food critic. So that's pretty cool. But that is my recreation of Gusteau's Kitchen by D-Animator. I hope you like it. If so, please hit the like button and leave a comment to let me know what you think of it. I'll return on Monday to start showing you how to build this toy box on your own system. You won't want to miss that, so be sure to subscribe to my channel before you go. This will be a fun little build, and I think it's great that fans will finally have a chance to play this amazing toy box for themselves. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend.